Hi, I'm Bob Tasker III. I hope you enjoyed this do-it-yourself video. Remember, NewAutoParts.com for all your OEM parts needs.
Today we're going to be working on a 2009 GMC Yukon, and I'm going to show you how to replace your front brakes. I've already removed the plastic wheel cover by hand with my socket, and now we're going to take the wheel off. Alright, first I'm going to remove the caliper from the rest of the assembly. Just turn it so I can work easier. This is a 19mm socket to take the caliper off the bracket. I'm just going to put a wrench in there to hold it from spinning. And the same for the bottom. Set your caliper aside. Now you're ready to take off the caliper bracket with your brake pads on it. And that's an 18mm. As I pull off this bracket with the pads in it, you'll notice that the rotor is just going to hang around like this. The reason it's hanging like that is because the last person that did the brakes on this truck never put the bolt that goes back into this slot into the rotor, and that's why it just hangs. And that's where it's supposed to go. All right, here we have our new AC Delco rotors. Pull it out of the box, tear the plastic off. Just make sure you clean with Brakleen and a rag all the surface area where the pad is going to hit the rotor. You don't want this oil on that pad. Here's also our new AC Delco brake pads. They come with the clips, some grease, your pads, and a diagram of where to grease the rattle clips and the back of the pads. All right, so here I have one of our new AC Delco pads that I'm going to put in this bracket for you. Just going to show you that you grease in here. A little bit up top here doesn't hurt either. And I grease usually around this also. And there's a clip that holds these into the rattle clips. It's right here. It's not very big. It just keeps it from backing out all the way on its own. So if you have trouble getting it in or out, just push that down and you should be fine. All right, now we're ready to put our caliper bracket with new pads onto the truck. Before you put your new rotor on, you're just going to want to take a piece of sandpaper and just clean off the surface rust of the hub. This one's not too bad, so I'm just going to leave it. You just get your new rotor, line up your hole for the bolt. Put your bolt in there and you're good to go. All right, here I have our bracket with our new brake pads. I'm ready to mount the bracket to the knuckle. Just tighten that up. All right. Grab your other socket. Get your caliper. Now, you'll usually use an old brake pad, and I usually use a big C-clamp. Just put the pad in there, grab the C-clamp, and just compress the pistons back into the caliper, and I'll let you just drop the pad on, the caliper on. Just tighten up your caliper to bracket bolt. Everything feels tight. We're good to go. Before you let your truck back down, you're gonna wanna make sure your brake fluid level is good, and you're gonna wanna pump up your brake pedal a few times before you start it up. All right, now we're ready to put our tire and wheel back on. And now you're ready to put your plastic cover back on, and you're ready to go. I hope everything I've shown you today gives you the confidence to attempt this repair at home on your own.